So, there are some seriously huge hotels out there. Some of them seem more like small cities than actual hotels. So let's take a look at the top 15 biggest hotels in the world. Number 15. Abraj Al-Bait. Kicking off this extravagant list is the Abraj Al-Bait in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. And while it's still under construction, the Abraj Al-Bait is set to be the largest hotel in the world. More of a complex than a singular hotel, the Abraj Al-Bait is set to be a ring of 12 towers, covering almost 11 million square feet, all 45 stories high and with a total of 10,000 bedrooms. At this point, the hotel could probably be its own city. But that's not all. The plans for the most extravagant hotel the world has ever seen also include 70 restaurants and even 4 rooftop helipads. And then there are the 5 floors that will be built exclusively for the private use of the Saudi royal family. And while the odds of the hotel guests rubbing shoulders with royalty are pretty slim to none, just knowing you're in the same building should make you feel like you're a king or queen for a day. 10 out of the 12 towers will provide 4-star accommodations, but if you've got cash, the other 2 towers will provide guests with 5-star accommodations and amenities. And while all of this sounds amazing, the project has run into a few speed bumps, mainly financial, as the estimated costs are closer to $4 billion. But seeing as the location is revered by many as one of the holiest places in the world, when the Abraj Al-Bait is finally finished, they could potentially see millions of guests a year. Number 14. The Mirage. Don't worry about this hotel being fake, because despite the name, it's all real. The Mirage in Nevada has a total of 3,044 rooms and is absolutely one of the most luxurious hotels in the world. The Mirage was built with a Polynesian theme in mind, and this resort and casino is smack dab in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. And as well as the top-notch rooms and bright lights of the casino, the Mirage also has some of the nicest and largest pools and spas in the area, and not to mention their one-of-a-kind aquatic habitat that's home to not just exotic fish, but dolphins as well. If losing money and saying hi to dolphins isn't enough for revelers, each room has a 42-inch flat-screen TV to help you veg out. There's even the steakhouse to satisfy your cravings. It may sound cheesy, but everyone really is a winner when they come to the Mirage. Number 13. Izmailovo Hotel. We can't let folks in Las Vegas have all the fun. So, moving over to Russia, we've got the fantastic Izmailovo Hotel. This giant hotel complex is spread over 4 30-story towers with over 2,000 rooms. It was once crowned the largest hotel in the world. Another institution built for the Olympics crowd, the Izmailovo Hotel was built for the 1980 Summer Games held in Moscow. And luckily for travelers, the place was not only maintained but managed to keep up with the times. It's not bad for a resort that's over 40 years old. The complex is broken down into 5 hotels across the 4 towers that are each managed independently, and each one is more spectacular than the next. And if the Moscow weather is a little too cold for your tastes, that's okay, because guests can easily have a whole day's worth of fun within the walls of the hotel. There's a bowling alley, billiard rooms, and no Moscow resort would be complete without a Russian bath complex. But then there's the awesome wood cabin-style restaurant that fits well over 100 diners at a time. This Moscow-based resort doesn't have any family rooms, but parents can get a little peace and quiet with adjacent rooms. Number 12. Excalibur Hotel. Named after King Arthur's sword, the Excalibur Hotel in Las Vegas looks fit for a king. It's one of the largest hotels and casinos on the Strip, with over 100,000 square foot casino and 3,981 rooms. Then there's the 4 seasonal outdoor pools, a full-service spa, 6 restaurants, and a nightly entertainment for just about everyone. The Excalibur Hotel has got everything but the round table. It's even pretty to look at with its fun and funky castle design and orange-blue spires that shine bright even when the desert sun goes down. And if you managed to catch a glimpse of the Excalibur before 2007, there was even an awesome Merlin statue looking out from a high turret, probably casting spells on casino goers to help them win big. Number 11. Mandalay Bay. As we've seen so far, there's no shortage of massive hotels in Sin City, which brings us to the amazing Mandalay Bay. At first glance, this 4-star Vegas resort may be a little intimidating, but all of that goes away when you step inside. Also located right on the Las Vegas Strip, Mandalay Bay holds 4,750 rooms, and the entire complex takes over 2 million square feet of space. And sure, you can use the Mandalay Bay simply as a place to rest your head at the end of the day, but why spend all of that hard-earned cash if you're not going to enjoy everything they have to offer? No Vegas hotel is complete without a full-on pool complex, but there's also the artificial beach, because who says you have to be on the coast to soak up some rays in the hot sands? And if a man-made beach isn't enough to quench the thirst of aquatic lovers, then there's also the tunnel aquarium they can walk through, giving them a sense that they're under the sea and sleeping with the fishes like the rays and sharks. And no exotic aquarium is going to be complete without the beautiful coral reefs. Number 10. Luxor, Las Vegas. Located in Nevada is the ever-popular Luxor Las Vegas. The Luxor sits right at the southern end of the Las Vegas Strip and is owned and operated by MGM Resorts International. And because this hotel is in Las Vegas, it's much more than just a place to crash for a few nights. First, the building is 30 stories tall and is also home to an amazing 120,000 square foot casino on the ground floor, with plenty of games of skill and chance to keep the guests occupied at all times during day and night, including 2,000 slot machines. And with that many, one of them just might pay out big. But if you're just looking to relax at the end of a long gambling session, good or bad, then there are 4 swimming pools and whirlpools, a spa, salon, and even a chapel for folks who want to have their perfect Elvis-themed wedding. It's absolutely insane. Then there's the 20,000 square foot convention center and even 29 retail stores. The Luxor Las Vegas is literally so big that you never have to leave. The hotel also offers over 4,400 rooms with 442 luxury suites, but its real claim to fame are the 22-story twin ziggurat towers and pyramid outside. Number 9. The Londoner Macao. Formerly known as the Sands Cotai Central, the Londoner Macao is the most expensive resort in the small nation of Macau, bar none. And as its name implies, this hotel has a London theme. That means a small-scale version of Big Ben and even the House of Parliament. So why visit the real site when you can put up your feet and see replicas on the other side of the world? And even when you step foot inside the Londoner Macao, you're greeted with high-end streets that look just like those in London. It really is a sight to behold and probably the best hotel for fun photo ops. There are the models of the black London cabs, oversized teacups, and no London scene is complete without the double-decker buses. And when guests aren't staying in one of the 6,200 rooms, there are 150 brand-name stores for the parents when they need to get away from the kids, and plenty of high-end restaurants and the exclusive club for a solid date night as well. And if you don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning after a long night out, that's okay, because you can have a proper English breakfast delivered right to your room. Cheerio. Number 8. City Center. Coming in with just under 7,000 rooms is the City Center. The City Center is found in the heart of, you guessed it, Las Vegas. But it's another complex that includes multiple adjoining resorts, like the Vdara Hotel and Spa and the Aria Resort and Casino. It's another place that you truly never have to leave. That is, if you manage to make it past all of the other eye-catching hotels and sites that the area has to offer. And all of that hotel space, shopping areas, restaurants, pools, cabanas of the city center take up an incredible 76 acres of land. The city center even has a sports and concert arena. This place isn't kidding around when they say it's a city. And if you're lucky enough, you can stay in one of the hotel's suites that comes complete with sweeping panoramic views of the Strip and even a kitchen large enough to cook in. But then again, when you're staying at a hotel this massive, you're better off letting the staff take complete care of you. Number 7. MGM Grand. The honor of being the second largest hotel complex in Las Vegas goes to the one and only MGM Grand with 6,852 rooms. And it's not only one of the biggest, but probably one of the most well-known establishments on the Strip. If you ask someone for a hotel recommendation in Vegas, chances are they'll say the MGM Grand. And aside from holding all those rooms, the MGM Grand lives up to its name with some of the best features in the area. You're looking at an outdoor pool with man-made rapids, private cabanas surrounded by beautifully maintained palm trees, and you can't forget about the nightlife. The MGM Grand is home to some of the coolest shows in town like Cirque du Soleil and the Blue Man Group. And there's also the T-Mobile Arena that's had the likes of Kiss and the Rolling Stones grace the stage over the years. But if all of the lights and noise are just a little too much for you, then the giant hotel offers plenty of gorgeous alfresco dining, fountains, ponds, and a wellness center that no doubt will drown out the sights and sounds of the revelers on the Strip. And if the kids are getting on your nerves, then just send them over to the arcade and tell them to put it on the room account. The only thing is, you may never see them again. Number 6. The Venetian and the Palazzo. If you've always wanted to go to Italy but can't afford the airfare, then why not try for the Venetian and the Palazzo? The biggest and most extravagant resort on the Las Vegas Strip, and as the name suggests, aims to replicate the architecture and overall feel of Venice, Italy. They've even gone ahead and recreated the canals and gondolas for guests to partake in when they're looking to take a break from hitting the blackjack tables. But just how many rooms does the Venetian and the Palazzo have across the complex? Well, you're looking at over 7,100 different places to stay while you're here. Another place that can operate as its own city, the Venetian is home to not just tens of thousands of guests at a time, but also 150 shops, a massive on-site pool area, and of course, the casino, because this is Vegas after all. And when the day is all over, there are a whopping 40 restaurants in the area to whet your appetites and maybe even spend some of those winnings on a 5-star meal. This giant hotel also has their Italian-style Grand Theater that's shown off plenty of famous musical acts for years. Number 5. Encore at the Wynn. The Encore at Wynn Las Vegas is a massive 5-star resort located right on the border of the bustling and bright Las Vegas Strip. The famous hotel is home to 4,750 rooms and is another Vegas institution that you never need to leave. And because it is Las Vegas, there's a great casino. But the Encore is more known for their other amenities, so it may be best to place your bets somewhere else along the Strip. To beat the desert heat, there is of course a pool, but then there's the spa center to help take your mind off the hubbub of Vegas, and even a beauty salon and a barber shop for folks who want to freshen up professionally before going out for a night on the town. The Encore at Wynn Hotel also has all sorts of restaurants covering various worldly cuisines, like the Italian Cipriani and Mizumi, for anyone looking for that umami fix. But if you'd rather just be a couch potato and enjoy the hotel room, there's 24-hour room service, meaning you'll never have to wait about places closing early. After experiencing this huge hotel, you will definitely be saying Encore. Number 4. Barkatnai Sezoni. The next hotel on our list is an interesting case and a weird name, but perhaps of how short-lived its time was. The Barkatnai Sezoni was built in 2014 for the Winter Olympic Games in Sochi, Russia. At the time, it was the largest hotel in the world, with more than 8,500 rooms on the premises. But when the Olympics left Sochi, so did the crowds, and so much of the hotel's buildings were sold off, and the number of rooms were decreased by almost 50%. But that still leaves a whopping 4,600 rooms available, making the Barkatnai Sezoni the 9th largest hotel in the world as of 2021. It's not the worst fall from grace the hotel world has ever seen, though. The hotel may not be the most extravagant or world-renowned hotel in the world, but it does offer some pleasant scenery in the outdoor atrium with subtropical plants in the 740-acre park. Number 3. Atlantis Paradise Island. We've been to Paradise, Nevada, but now let's go over to Paradise Island in the Bahamas for the next entry on our list. The Atlantis Paradise Island is an awesome hotel and resort with an ocean theme and plenty of accommodations to please even the biggest landlubbers. There are fresh and saltwater lagoons, pools, marine habitats, water slides, and river rides. Guests probably feel like a kid again when they come here, bringing back all of their memories from summer vacations at the wild water parks. But despite all the real estate dedicated to aquatic fun, the hotel has 3,805 rooms in total, many of which offer a French balcony with a view of, well, paradise. But the crown jewel of the Atlantis Paradise Island is without a doubt the Dig and Ruins Lagoon in the main tower's lobby, which is a giant open-air marine habitat. Number 2. Abraj Al-Bait. Perhaps setting the stage for the Abraj Kudai is the Abraj Al-Bait, which is also in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Arabic for Towers of the House, the Abraj Al-Bait is a complex comprised of 7 skyscraper hotels, which are all owned by the Saudi Arabian government and are part of the King Abdulaziz Endowment Project to modernize the city of Mecca and provide quality accommodations to the millions of pilgrims who come every year. The entire complex is 16 million square feet and construction costs about $15 billion. But the cherry on top of this massive hotel is the Macao Royal Clock Tower, which is the 4th tallest building in the world as of 2021. But the clock tower also has the world's largest clock face, taking up 4 floors. 2 records in one building isn't a bad deal at all. And because of the location, you can bet there are multiple massive prayer rooms, and there's also a 5-story shopping mall. And while the Abraj Al-Bait can house up to 10,000 people at once in 5,383 rooms, it's the tallest tower in the complex that's home to the 5-star hotel that only a select few can ever experience. Number 1. First World Hotel and Plaza. Here we go, the granddaddy of them all. The largest hotel in the world, with a whopping 8,584 rooms across 3 massive towers, is the First World Hotel and Plaza. This massive 3-star hotel is in Malaysia and looks more like an amusement park than it does a hotel. And that's partly because it is. The First World Hotel and Plaza is incredibly vibrant on the outside, encompassing just about every color of the rainbow. But the fun doesn't stop once the guests walk inside. There are plenty of outdoor and indoor theme parks for thrill seekers, movie theaters for the cinephiles, virtual reality experiences for the dreamers of tomorrow, and about 20 bowling alleys just for about everyone else. This place is obviously perfect, not just for families, but solo travelers as well who don't want to veer too far from the resort. There's an endless amount of possibilities here that includes the on-site restaurants and shopping areas. And while 3 stars may be a little lower than some of the previous entries on this list, you can't go wrong with staying at a record-breaking hotel like this one. Watch our binge-watching playlist if you'd like to watch all of our most popular top 15 videos. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and get ready to binge.